One of my friends looked me in the eye the other day and said that potatoes are not super versatile and the only thing that's good from potatoes is fries. When I tell you, I immediately wanted to exterminate her family line and their family lineage and dynasty right then and there.
That's it! Dishonor! Dishonor on your whole family! Make a note of this. Dishonor on you! Dishonor on your cow!
That's really how I felt, but I took a deep breath, realized that I was being a little dramatic.
Is it me? Am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama.
And decided to make potatoes for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert to show her that one, you're wrong, and two, potatoes are really that girl, okay? They are that girl. As I mentioned, I'm going to be making breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert out of potatoes, and the only requirement is that the dish has to be made out of majority potatoes. Apart from that, anything goes. So without further ado, let's get started.
Spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now.
We're going to be making this TikTok viral sweet potato pancakes, and I just want to preface this by saying that I may or may not have deleted the footage that I originally had for the pancakes. So what you're going to be seeing is like the TikTok edited version. But moving on, these pancakes are actually very simple. It's literally 3 ingredients. You need a sweet potato that is roasted either in the oven or your microwave until it's soft. And then you're going to mash it up into little bits and add an egg or 2. I use 2 eggs because my potato is pretty hefty. And then you can add cinnamon if you want, and you can also add extra sugar if you want. But just make sure everything is smooth, either in a blender or with your hands. And then you're just going to put it in your pan and put your pan on super low. Once it's heated up, you're going to put your potato batter on there. 3 minutes, flip it over and do the other side for 3 minutes, and those are your pancakes. I will say I did like the taste. It tasted very much like sweet potato pie if you've ever had it, or if you like sweet potatoes, I think you would enjoy this. My only issue with this is that the texture is a bit soft because there's no flour binding things together. So I would give it like 6.5 or 7 out of 10, like 6.5 really out of 10. Next up is lunch, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought potato soup was like a fake soup people ate because I don't really eat American soups like that. So this was very surprising to me that it was a real thing, but let's get right into it. All right, to make the To make the potato soup, we're going to start up by chopping up the little potatoes. I think these are russet potatoes, but you're going to chop it up into little cube things, and then you're going to chop up some white onions and some garlic, really dice it so it can like melt in the soup. Then we're going to cook some bacon. I may or may not have burnt my bacon accidentally because I don't cook bacon a lot, so it's kind of extra crispy, but it's fine. After that, you're going to use some of the bacon fat. I did pour out some, definitely, but you're going to use the bacon fat, add a little butter, then you're going to add your onions and saute that for a bit, and then you're going to add the garlic for like 20 to 30 seconds, and immediately after that you're going to add your flour because we want to make a kind of roux to make the soup thick, even though it's already going to be super thick because of the potatoes. But anyway, you want to do that. I added a little extra butter to loosen it up because the flour seized up for some reason, and I didn't use all the bacon fat that I was supposed to. I dumped some out, but yeah, add your butter, and then from then on you're going to add some chicken stock. This is chicken stock from TJ's, but let that go in there. After your chicken stock, you're gonna add milk. I used Carnation evaporated milk, and then I also added some heavy cream as well, just a little, to make the soup extra thick. Like making the soup, I really felt like an Irish potato farmer who's gonna be working in the coal mines in the winter. But anyway, add some black pepper, and then you add your potatoes, and after that you're going to season with some salt, and then I added some smoked paprika as well as some garlic and onion powder off the screen to really make it, extra flavorful. And then you're going to let that boil until it gets thickened. I didn't realize the milk was going to do this, so I really should have been stirring it, so you should stir it too. But yeah, just stir it some more, let your potatoes get soft, and once your potatoes are soft, it's time to blend it. The recipe I was using said you're supposed to blend like half and keep the other half chunky, but I think I blended most of the potatoes just because I wanted it to be more soupy and hearty. Like I wanted it to feel like a soup. So I blended it, dumped it back in the pot, let it cool down, not cool down, but let it seize back up. And then I was supposed to add the sour cream, but as you can see, something is wrong with my fridge because this is the second thing it's frozen. It froze my sour cream into an ice cube, so I kind of just threw it in there and hoped for the best that it will melt, and it kind of did. And then after that I added my bacon, well, most of the bacon. I left a little on the side because we're gonna assemble our soup, and it's pretty simple. You take a bowl, add a bunch of soup in it, you're gonna add your bacon bits, and then I chopped up some sliced cheese to make it look like shredded cheese. Doesn't it look legit? You fell for it. Then I added some green onions on top, and here is the final result. As always, first taste is for you, bestie, and I have to say, surprisingly, this was really good. It tasted like a baked potato in soup form. It was really, really hearty. I think I understand when they say like European hearty meals. This is like a very hearty soup. I feel like I should be working on a farm after eating the soup that I ate. And this is not something I would make often because yeah, it's very dense. Like it's very you need it. I felt like I needed a nap after eating it. So for me, I would give this probably like it's an 8 out of 10. This is actually really, really good. It was really hearty. It was really tasty. Yeah, I liked it.
Would you consider this a noodle or dumpling?
The greatest philosophical debate of our generation is whether or not these should be considered potato noodles or potato dumplings. But either way, this is what we're going to be making for dinner, so let's get started. We're going to start off by boiling some potatoes with some salt and some water. Once that's done, you're going to start smashing it down to make it as smooth as possible. You can either use a colander if you have it or a ricer. I only have physical labor, so I have no choice but to work my arm muscles as much as I can and pound it down until it gets super smooth. After that, you're going to add some potato starch. I didn't measure, I just did it by eye, mixed it together, and then just kept on adding water until my dough kind of came together into this kind of smooth dough situation. The recipe I was following said your dough is not supposed to crack, but mine cracked and it still felt fine. It was, as long as it comes together, you should be okay. It's very forgiving. It's a potato. Once that's done, you're going to start rolling it into a ball because basically you want to create the indent with a bottle cap. So make it as smooth as possible and just make your little indent and set it aside and do that for the rest of your dough. Again, the dough supposedly is not supposed to crack, but mine cracked and it still came out fine and tasted good, so I don't think it really matters. Once you're done with that, you're gonna let your water come to like a simmer and you're gonna start adding your potatoes in there, your little dumplings. I did it slowly because I didn't want to crowd it, but it doesn't matter because it's a potato. It's super forgiving. Once they start floating on the top like that, you just gotta scoop it out, set it in a colander or in a bowl to kind of drain so it doesn't get too mushy, and then you can start making your sauce either in a separate bowl or on top of it. But I did mine all together. I chopped up onions, garlic, green onions, and some parsley and just added that slowly to the top of my dumplings. You can see me arranging it because the sauce we're going to be using is the chili hot oil sauce. So yeah, just at that, I heated some oil. Oh, I added some sugar and I heated some oil in the microwave and I just poured it over. I ended up burning my hand, guys, so be careful. I burnt my hand and it hurt really bad, and then it wasn't to my liking, so I added some chili crisp to the top and just mixed it together, and it just looks really delicious. Really oily, but really delicious. And as they say, oil is fat, fat is flavor, oil is flavor. The end. As always, first bite is for you, bestie. Look at that and tell me it doesn't look good, okay? Look at what a potato can do. This is so delicious. It was actually really good. I ended up eating the whole bowl. I ate it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was great. My rating for it, 9 out of 10. Spectacular. Yeah. If you're still with me, yay, we've made it to dessert. And if you're like me, you always have space for dessert. Today we're going to be making a sweet potato creme brulee because I wanted to play with fire, and I feel like we started off the day with sweet potato, so let's end it with sweet potato. We're going to start off by making the creme brulee. Pretty easy. You're going to start by separating your egg yolks from your egg whites. I ended up using 2 egg yolks, but I think you could get away with 1. Once you're done, you're going to add some sugar into it. You're going to add vanilla extract or like vanilla bean paste, whichever one you prefer. And you're just gonna whisk that together until it's fully combined. I also added in cinnamon because I think cinnamon goes really well with sweet potato. But yeah, once that's done, we're gonna actually scoop out some potato like potato insides from a potato that we've baked. I just used about half of it because I still wanted some sweet potato at the bottom. But you're gonna scoop that out, flatten the top because that's where our creme brulee is gonna go. And then you're gonna mix in the scooped out potato with the creme brulee mixture that we just made and make sure it's well combined. If you really want it smooth, you can put it in a blender, but I didn't really care because I feel like it would have smoothened out with the milk anyway. I'm heating some cream, heavy cream, as well as regular milk on the stove, and once that was like boiling, I just started slowly whisking it into my creme brulee mixture. Slowly. Otherwise, you're going to end up with curdled eggs. And once that's done, you're going to start scooping it into the shell of your potato because that's going to hold your creme brulee. And if you have extras, you can just put it in a container. But mine fit pretty well right on there. You're going to preserve, well, I preserved the skin, but try to preserve the skin when you're cutting it open. And then I baked it. Once it's baked, you can either eat it right away or cool it. I let mine cool in the fridge for about 2 hours, added some sugar on top, and then started torching it so I'd get that crispy top. And yeah, it took a while, but I finally got it. And you can hear the sound. Listen. Yup, that's right. I got it nice and crispy. I bought a torch today, so I'm really excited to use it. But as always, first bite is for you, bestie. Tell me how it tastes. It was actually really good because the top of it is custardy, from the creme brulee, and then the bottom is still like the potato, so it's like a little firm. It was really good. This was very surprising. I'm gonna give it like a 7.5 out of 10. So yeah, that was my full day of eating potatoes. I hope this has convinced you that potatoes are very versatile. I'm making this video to send directly to my friend. I mean, I made her eat the food anyway, but I want to shove more evidence in her face because I'm a petty person and that's just how I operate my life. But regardless, thank you for watching. Thank you all besties for like being here and supporting me. Yeah, hope to see you on the next one. If you have anything you want me to cook, leave a comment, or if you have any feedback, leave a comment. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you once again. Bye besties.